Hi everyone, my name is Charlie Boy, World Explorer, aka Charles Ogeto. I'm right now in the city of Berlin, the capital city of Germany, and this city dates back to the 13th century, and it's where we have the Holocaust Memorial and the Berlin Wall, or whatever remains of the Berlin Wall, since it fell way back in late 80s, I think late 80s, 89, 90 there. Not so sure. It was divided at some point in the 18th century, but then the Brandenburg Gate is now a unifying factor for this city. We are now driving through the streets of Berlin. We've just arrived in Berlin, and I'm with a group of friends. As usual, we'll go through the streets, and we're gonna see the historical areas of the street as we drive slowly through. But Berlin is also made up of very modern buildings. Right now we are in the section of the city that was built in the 1960s, 1970s, what they call socialist housing. And remember, Germany was at some point a very socialist state, a welfare state, I would say. And a lot of the architecture was government funded. Like you can see the building here with some nice arches with brick cladding. This is about late 60s. We have the tower there, that's the TV tower. And there's an old church. It's a beautiful church, I think, with a very big four area. This is all, and I can see the big bus. Yeah, we have the big bus here in Berlin. So we shall be taking that big bus a little while, but for now, let's continue with our drive through the streets of Berlin. You can see the social housing on my. We are actually looking at the right-hand side. And people are now going to church, but today is actually not a church day. Europe is not that very religious, I discovered, but then so that's their own choice. And the city housing was meant for the workers, the social workers. Now we are looking at the big tower there, I think the TV tower, or what they used to call the TV tower, and it's one of the tallest structures in Berlin. You can see it's a popular site for people to just walk around and enjoy a bit of their town. Berlin city attracts a lot of visitors. They speak mostly German, but then English and French is a popular language there. Remember, Berlin has a population of about 3.5 million, so to say, and that's as per the 2023 census. You see the streets are not so full today because it's a weekend, but then it's very clean. They use a lot of bicycles. I can see bicycles parking. We saw trams earlier on, but here we are just moving, the bus is moving, just seeing the streets life, what people are doing on a normal day, and how it feels like to be in Berlin town. Most of the buildings are about 4 or 5 stories, dating back to the late 60s and early 70s. This was during the days when Germany was divided. Remember, we had East Germany and West Germany. East Germany, unfortunately, was under very harsh rule, while West Germany was the freedom side of Germany. And most people, I remember while growing up, we used to watch football made in Germany, and that's the only way I remember actually having known about Germany. So we're moving on, and we are still in the streets of Berlin. Here it's a bit slow today. I could give you a little bit history again. At some point, Berlin was known as the Sin City. So why was it known as the Sin City? Because there was a lot of hedonism, a lot of sexual activity that was of a certain orientation. But then every city goes through some transformation. and Berlin, I would say, has had a share of its own bargain. So welcome all. We will be sharing a lot of these videos as we capture them. For today, we are going to see the old parts of Berlin. I think on another day we shall see another part of Berlin, maybe with the modern architecture, modern buildings. Here right now we are just crawling through the city almost at a slow pace. So let me say thank you and bye.